Freedom is a word that we hear every day. On one hand, we are supposed to be free, and on the other hand, we are supposed to be losing our freedom every day because of the government, because of social media companies, because of Russia or China or God knows what. And it becomes confusing, and you're probably like me. Someday you wonder if you are really free or if you are not. What does it feel like to be free? I found some elements of response in a book called Between Past and Future by Hannah Arendt, who is a great and famous intellectual and thinker. She discusses the experience of the French poet René Char, who was a member of the French resistance. So the discussion is going to be a mix-up of my own thoughts, those of Hannah Arendt, and the contribution of René Char. You probably felt what I'm talking about if you've ever fought an injustice or abuse, or if you have ever worked hard for a great project, something meaningful that would really change your life. At that moment, it felt like the stars were aligning. You could be yourself, you had meaning, you didn't have to pretend or wear masks. René Char describes it when he describes his experience in the French resistance. The government collapsed in France and intellectuals suddenly had to go and fight themselves. And when they joined the resistance, they all felt like they were finding themselves. They could go naked without wearing masks and pretending because they had a real goal. And René Char and his colleagues experienced public freedom, spaces where freedom could come and where they could be free with each other to think and to act. The difference is, if you are just a soldier in an army, you can think that the fight is meaningless, like you don't really care about it. But the French resistance fighter actually decided to join the resistance. They became challengers, and in that way they were finding meaning. René Char describes it beautifully when he says that the resistance fighter, when they were eating at the table, always had an empty seat open for freedom. The seat would stay open, but at least there was a possibility for freedom to join them, and you've probably felt a similar feeling if you were engaged in a meaningful action. But, and as René Char describes it, as soon as the war was over, everybody went back to peace, and all this resistance fighter had to go back to daily life, a life that was weightless. And if they went into politics, they ended up quarreling over conflicting ideologies that were designed to fight each other, but they all felt this loss, and they couldn't give it to us because there is no tradition. So Hannah Arendt takes us through these ideas because she finds it essential that we build a tradition where we can realize at which moment we are in this state of freedom because we are engaged in something meaningful. It doesn't mean that we are free from all oppressions. It means that we can come and house ourselves for an authentic goal. She describes the way philosophy had this great goal of answering all questions of life, and at the end of the 19th century, it turned out that philosophy could not answer everything. So a lot of people said, we are going to reject these philosophical and moral ideas, we are going to go for action. And the Second World War pushed this idea. Suddenly, all these intellectuals that are only doing abstract things were pushed into taking action. But with the end of the war, this period closed on itself and people had to go back to peace and to thinking. But it's not just intellectuals who were losing access to this public freedom and to this treasure. The normal people did too, because with the weakening of religion and the weakening of tradition, people could no longer aspire to an eternal life. And the eternal life, the life after death, was giving meaning to people. They had something to fight towards. With atheism and the death of religion, it became clear that when we die, we are just dead, nothing happens. So instead, what Hannah Arendt notices is that a lot of people who are very militant and active went for the idea of revolution. It is this idea that if we achieve a great goal, everything is going to change. And in this action toward revolution, people actually can get this feeling back of public freedom, of being authentic in themselves. And I found the conception of revolution so interesting because I saw it so often in militant groups. And sometimes people had a clear idea of why they wanted a revolution. They had a view of what was wrong, what needed to be changed, and how we could change it. But a lot of the time, people would just fight for the sake of having a revolution with no goal of what comes afterwards. If we took down the government, how would the next democracy look like? How would we solve the issues that we see today? I don't really have answers to this question, so I'm going to leave you with these thoughts. And I would like to thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope I get to see you again. If you like the video, you can subscribe to my channel, like the video, or leave me a comment. I welcome all the feedbacks I'm getting, and I wish you a nice day.